Okay, today we're going to be playing two games back to back. We are going to be playing Soldier in both games, and they're both quick play games. That's why they're both rather short games. So I thought rather than do like a 6 minute video, why don't we just put it together with the other one that we have that's also really short, and then it's like one full game. So we're going to be defending King's Row, and we're going to be attacking Hanamura, and we're going to be playing Soldier all the way through both games. So let's look at our team right now on King's Row. Yeah, it's quick play. So let's start the game. So we are standing up on the statue to start this off, which is indeed high ground. So it's got that going for it, but this is one of those places that seems a lot better. Like it seems like it should be a lot better than it actually is. Because, yes, this is high ground, but we can't really see very well anyway. And we have to move around really slowly to actually, like, get into position. We also don't notice this Genji over here. Genji was over there. He's now dashed behind us and is trying to kill us right now, but failing to do so. So, that's good. We got away with that, I guess. But, like, this is just drastically not worth it. It kind of works out here, because we get a few shots in on the Bastion over the shield. But really, we might as well just, like, be standing on the ground, back over by the point, and, like, this isn't really worth it, and then Genji pops out behind us, and we're like, huh? And then he kills us. It wasn't, it's not the best place to stand. Very gimmicky place to stand. Somewhere that seems like it should be better than it actually is. Don't bother. Don't bother with that one. So, we're coming back around now. We're coming around this side. We're going to go up onto the high ground, which is, of course, where we want to be. And they're pressing onto the point, so we get to actually do this. We do drop the biotic field a little bit early, because we haven't actually even started fighting anything yet. And now we have left the biotic field behind, and now we have 52 HP. Granted, standing over there was very dangerous for us to do. But, so we use it a bit early. We're also not focusing correctly, because we should be firing at anyone other than the Reinhardt in this position. Bastion is, like, #1 priority, but Reinhardt is, like, the worst one we could have picked out of all of those people, and then we end up having to leave because we're being pressured. We've got 52 HP over here because we used the biotic field over there way early and then left it, and then we jump down, but there's honestly, like, no way we defend this anyway. Reinhardt just got to pin that Genji who was all asleep, so that's good for him. And he's now going to try and walk into the Bastion with the nano boost on him, and it did not work. It wasn't good. It didn't go very well. So now we're on the street phase of King's Row, legendarily difficult point to defend. We're standing up here. This is about the best place we can be standing. We put the biotic field down early, but we are going to be fighting this Pharah, so that's fair enough. Then we come in here and we're like, oh, fucking hell, the other soldier's in here. And then like, everybody just calls it off. Now we're running up here, but we're getting chased by Genji, and we're having a lot of bad times right now. Basically, it was kind of over as soon as we got bumped off the high ground by the Pharah, because then we ended up in a not great position, and then our situation never really improved very much, and this Genji very much wanted us. Our biotic field's on cooldown, so, we can't, it's gonna be hard to, duel a Genji in such a confined place without our biotic field, and we do indeed just get killed. As soon as we get bumped off the high ground, we're pretty much boned in that position, really. Because then we're all by our lonesome, we have to retreat back, Genji's on us immediately, it's bad times. So we've almost got Tac Visor built up. They're halfway through the street phase. They've gotten it past the bend, which is the best part to defend, really. So this is a little sad now. They're coming right at us with their Bastion. And this right here, this whole sequence, kind of reminds me of that scene in Austin Powers where the steamroller is coming towards the guy really slowly. And he's just like, it's that kind of setup right now, because we see this coming at us. Oh no. Oh, okay. Now I'll leave. Don't stand in the middle of the street while the Bastion's coming at you. Just, like, stand back over in, like, this direction and, like, shoot over at them. Because, like, we can't do anything because the shield's in the way. We can't get to a better position to shoot around the shield, so you just sit back here where it's safer and try and shoot in the shield. And, like, hang around something you can actually use as cover. We just sort of sit in the middle of the street, and that's not a great place to be standing when the Bastion cheese is just rolling down the street at you. So Anna's getting bullied unbelievably hardly out there. Like, goddamn, that was very tragic for the Anna right there. We aren't going to get here in time to touch it again. Somebody's over here. Reinhardt's over here. He didn't know this was happening, apparently, and they've gotten the checkpoint. And he decides that he wants to hang out over here. This is not where, like, we don't want to be having anything to do with this, really. Like, we don't want to stand here. They've got this checkpoint. We want to be standing back here, but Reinhardt's got some other ideas. Now he was getting healed by Anna, but now he's gonna just put himself behind some line of sight real quick and then say, I need healing. So that's very productive of Reinhardt right there. You know, and now he's gonna walk into the Bastion with his shield down. We can go harder on the Bastion in this position, because he's more concerned with killing this Reinhardt than he is with killing us. So, like, we can just, like, walk around this corner and, like, start shooting at the Bastion. Instead, we rotate around this way. We could just stay on the other side and be shooting into the Bastion during that. This is happening now, and our immediate reaction was to put on the tack visor. Very much not the correct reaction right there. Your choices are basically turn and sprint away from Genji, and hope he fucks up, or try and sprint through Genji and, like, juke him. But put tack visor on was the worst decision we could have made right there, and now we have no tack visor, which is very sad. Not that we can honestly do much with it, because it's kind of hard to use tack visor on this map anyway, but especially when Bastion Cheese is rolling down at you. So we've used our biotic field way too early. Nothing's happening right now. It's very unlikely we get to actually get any benefit out of this, because we've put it out in the open. And the Bastion Cheese is about to round the corner, so that means this area is going to be very not safe to stand in the near future, and this is where we put in the biotic field. We are also getting minced. Don't know what's up with Reinhardt over here. Oh, Reinhardt got bumped off. Alright, never mind. I kind of thought he just, like, slid off the edge, but no, he got bumped off. So, bad things are happening over here. Our whole team is currently dead right now, so our options are very, very limited. And, yeah, we're gonna lose. I don't know if you noticed, but we are in fact gonna lose. They're out here trying, but and that's the story of how we lost the game on King's Row. So now let's transition into the other game. This is not going to be seamless. I'll warn you right now. There we go. Perfect. Fantastic. It's like nothing ever happened. Alright, so now we're attacking on Hanamura. And our team is less terrible. Look at this. Look at this almost okay team. Look at that. This is positively nearly acceptable. Incredible. If we had, like, a tank, because we don't have a dive comp, but we have, like, Diva Roadhog, so we don't have, like, a main tank, but we have, like, 2 long-range heroes, so it's very awkward. But it's almost acceptable, which is better than we just had, so this is fantastic. So, now, we're attacking on Hanamura. We're playing Soldier. We're going to go up onto the high ground immediately, and we're going to try and shoot through the window up here. We decide we're going to crouch walk our way in. We're about to be really sad. There's a sonic arrow. He saw us with the sonic arrow. But, simultaneously, we see Hanzo. Because when you come around this corner, this is a very exposed position. When you decide to come around this corner, you've got to be looking up here immediately, because if there's a sniper, that's where they're going to be standing. And if you come out this window, you're pretty easy to get sniped. And, like, this guy knew we were coming, because he got the sonic arrow down here. But, like, when you come around this corner, eyes up here first, check if there's a sniper, and then resume shooting down here. Because it's just like, this is gonna be higher priority, and then once we know that's clear, we can look down at the gate again. Because we're like looking down there, we never really see Hanzo, and then we get killed before we even realize he's there. So look up there first when you come around that corner. He did know we were coming, so like, you know, pop. So, now we're coming back around. Our team is still winning anyway, because their team is Widowmaker Hanzo. They haven't exactly got a great frontline force over here. So they've just, like, bowled over them anyway. And we've arrived in time now to contribute. We just got shot, which feels bad. McCree's doing some stuff over here. I don't know what he thinks is going to happen. He was going to try and reenact that scene from Wanted in the warehouse. That's what he was going to try and do. Didn't work out. You wonder there if you need to use your rocket to do that. There's no reason not to. Like, the rocket's a really low cooldown, and you just kill the Hanzo quicker. There's no reason not to use the rocket, so, like, you killed someone with it. If you killed someone with it, that's a perfectly good use of a rocket. So we see Reinhardt coming at us right now, and we're really surprised about this, obviously, because this is not what you expect to find when you come around this corner. But the immediate response should just be turn and sprint away, because the Reinhardt is right in our face. And we did run through, like, the more confined area. We could have just ran out the outside area. But we also, like, slipped off the staircase and got beat to death as well. So, just, like, sprint away faster, pretty much, when Reinhardt's right in your face. But that was, like, that's not exactly a common occurrence. You don't come out into the garden and expect to have to actually fight something, you know. Tune back in later for another awkward encounter with Reinhardt out here. So, as we can see over here, our team is currently in the process of being fucked. So we're going in right now while two of our team are dead, so this is not a great idea right now. We find a sniper, which they have 2 of right now, and that's kind of spooky. Soldier is not very good at fighting snipers because they tend to be too far away from him to actually do damage to, but Hanamura is fairly confined. You can actually still do damage to them. So we've gotten into a fight with the Hanzo. He almost killed us, but we just sprinted over to the health kit. Oh, skill just slid right under our feet and didn't kill us, so that feels really good. Just, like, shoot your rockets at this guy's feet. Because, like, just, like, sooner than that, just, like, shoot the rocket at the guy's feet. Still, like, at him, but, like, feetwards, so that, like, if you miss, it still hits the ground nearby and does damage. Because when you aim straight at him like that, if you miss, it just goes past and doesn't do any damage. Still, like, aim for his feet. If you miss, you'll still do damage to him. But, like, use it sooner than that as well. Like, as soon as you start this duel, as soon as you think you can hit somebody with the rocket, just use the rocket immediately. So, McCree came and helped us out as well. We've killed the Hanzo. Now we're going to come up here. We're looking for Widowmaker. Widowmaker's not over there. So, unfortunately, though, Widow's over here. She's getting some shots in on us, and she does indeed kill us. We know that they have a Widowmaker, so basically our top priority has to be locating Widowmaker so that we know what we have to play around, basically. And Widowmaker is going to be a recurring problem for us. The best thing you can do, because you were like, I guess I'm not juking and jiving hard enough, easier than that is to just figure out where Widowmaker is and then try to avoid her line of sight as much as possible while still shooting at people. I mean, which gets hard on Hanamura. But, you know, that's usually better than just figure out where Widowmaker is, and then you know roughly what you have to play around. So, now, we've come on to the point, because our team is fighting over here. Widowmaker is using High Noon. Yes. McCree's using High Noon. Widowmaker shooting at us from over here. That's just, like, a lose-lose situation, because it's like you want to try and kill the McCree, and while that's happening, we're getting shot at over here by the Widowmaker. That's just, like, a kind of just feels bad situation. But let's go back a little bit. So, basically, when this happens, like, I get the idea that we want to try and kill the High Noon. But better than that, really, is to just stand behind one of the lanterns that you were nearby and just, like, hide out of the way and try to shoot at what you can around the corner. Because, especially after you miss the rocket, at that point your chances of killing him before like, he would kill you in High Noon are so much lower. Just, like, get out of the way is usually a safer idea. So, we put our biotic field down for the McCree. Honestly, didn't need to. He was going to be fine regardless. So, that's a 15-second cooldown that we used a bit frivolously. We see Widowmaker over here. We decide that we're going to use Tac Visor. This is, like, fair enough, honestly, but the unfortunate thing is that it's 2 snipers, so we're kinda, like, we have to kill them both really quickly, and this Widowmaker is just, you might as well just be using the machine gun, because she just, like, fires very fast right there at us. That's, like, a fair enough use of Tac Visor, honestly, because it was the two DPS on a support up there. It's just the unfortunate thing is that the 2 DPS are 2 snipers. So, the risk is fairly high of getting one shot, which is more or less what happened. So we've gotten back right now, and we're going to get shot by Widowmaker. We got flashbanged by that guy over there. The thing is with this one, basically, is that we go too far up. because we don't have to go this far up. We decided we're going to come and stand up on the point, but why are we coming up to stand on the point? We got people up here standing on the point. We got Roadhog, and we got Diva, and we got Lucio over here. And Zenyatta just died. And, like, this doesn't look like it's going very well, frankly. Like, Diva's about to lose her mech and everything. Like, it doesn't look like it's going very well over here. But, like, why do we come to stand on the point? And then, like, Roadhog gets taken away, you know, then we get shot. There's just no reason for us to come and stand over here on the point. We could just sit back, like, here-ish, and then, like, use the walls as cover and shoot at the people on the point. Because we don't really get anything from being from being up here as opposed to over here. We're closer to them, but this isn't going to make us do fall-off damage or anything, so we could just be standing further back and be as effective, but much safer. And Widowmaker would, again, have a harder time shooting us because we're not out here in the open area. And it just also looks like it's not going that well, so it's not really worth the effort of coming up there, basically, because it looks like you're going to lose the fight. So, there's a Widowmaker over there. Reinhardt's here. Here comes... Nope. My bad. I thought that was going to be it. So we got hooked by Roadhog right there because we were focused on the Reinhardt. This is a very anomalous situation, and we were focusing on the Reinhardt, and then the Roadhog gets us. It's like, well, yeah, you're basically fucked in that one, because there's no way you don't kill the Reinhardt in that situation, and then killing the Reinhardt just gets you killed by Roadhog before you know what the fuck. Shit happens, basically. That was not the awkward encounter with Reinhardt, I thought it was going to be, but no. Here it comes. So, we're in an awkward position right now, where we actually can't hit Reinhardt, but Reinhardt can hit us because we have to expose ourselves to him to hit him. You just leave this guy. Like, you just don't deal with this, basically, because, this happens. Like, Reinhardt's not doing anything by being out here. We could just, like, leave. We could just, like, leave and go across the balcony and get up on, like, get inside and start shooting at people while Reinhardt isn't there, basically. Like, Reinhardt's not doing anything there. You just don't have to worry about it. You could just, like, leave, go up through the doorway over here and start shooting at people, while Reinhardt's out here doing nothing. And then if Reinhardt tries to follow you, well, then you just turn around and shoot him while he's trying to walk into you, right? So, now, this is happening. We dodged the hook, but then saw Zenyatta get hooked. Both these people almost died, but Lucio has dropped the beat, which is complicated matters. Roadhog didn't actually get it, so Roadhog died, but Lucio probably actually saved us from Widowmaker there, because we got sniped right as he right-clicked us, so Lucio might have actually just saved our life, but... So that's cool. Just saw McCree get fucking murdered. We're gonna run in right now, because nobody is on the point currently, and we're like, maybe we can take it before they get here. And if you can believe it, Widowmaker comes over here to try and take it. Stop us from taking it. We use Tac Visor right now. You shouldn't need to use this, basically. You use Biotic Field a little bit early, because you basically use it to heal up the chip damage before the fight starts. But what would be better is if we wait on it a little bit until the fight's about to start, and then we can benefit from the healing while we're fighting as well. Because like, basically, like, we wait, we see somebody approaching, and then we put it down. Because then we can start healing up the chip damage, but then we're also still benefiting from it during the fight. Because we put it down early, and then by the time Widowmaker arrives, the Biotic Field's already gone. If we wait until Widowmaker arrives, like, she comes down and starts machine gunning us, then we could just put it down and start fighting the Widowmaker, and we shouldn't have to use Tac Visor for that, because Widowmaker's machine gun is actually very bad. So, we shouldn't have to use Tac Visor on the Widowmaker for that kill, really. And we use Biotic Field, like, a little early, and then we don't get to benefit from it during the fight, which would be better. So, now, we're back over here. Our team is sort of going up there. We're kind of tired of going up there. That way has, like, ended in sadness basically every single time, so we decide we're going to just sit in the doorway and shoot at people from through here. It has ended in sadness going up that way over and over again, so I don't really blame that decision very much. So, Roadhog's over here right now. We just saw him use his hook, so we don't have to be afraid of anything. We have put our Biotic Field down way too early, because we sort of put it down in response to seeing him hook. The thing is, that would kill you anyway if he hooked you. So, what we've done now is just put Biotic Field out here, where it's not super useful, and we're not actually injured right now. And then we just immediately leave it behind as well, because there's a fight happening in here. So that's an overeager use of Biotic Field. But, like, this is all going, like, pretty well over here for once. So, now we see Reinhardt coming over here. we are focusing on the Hanzo, and then we start focusing on the Reinhardt. Focus the Hanzo first. DPS is more important than tank in most situations, and we start focusing on him. Hanzo gets this ult off now. Hanzo's actually only got, like, a few hit points. Like, you kill the Hanzo before focusing the Reinhardt. Hanzo's easier to kill, and he was just, like, stood out in the open. So then we get to nuke Widowmaker just as she arrives, and Lucio is going to boost Io himself off the point, and we get to just take control of it. So, great, awesome. Oh, look, here's McCree. He's using High Noon. Everybody died. Everybody died. So, and we got play of the game. When did we get play of the game? Really, right here? Oh, I guess so. Because we like shoot this guy, I guess. And we got, like, some of that, and then we kill that. There we go. I mean, that felt real good, just shooting the Widow like that. So, biggest thing that stands out is we stand in a lot of dangerous positions in this game. We do a lot of, like, moving forward when it's not, like, we walk up through the gate into the point when we don't need to walk in through the point, up onto the point. We decide to sit up on the statue at the start of King's Row. That doesn't go very well. We stand in the middle of the street while the Bastion and that are coming back at us, coming at us on the payload. Going back to a statement I made a couple of videos ago, where we watched you, it seems still like positioning very much like a tank player. And, like, these came in at roughly the same time, so, but, like, yeah, it seems like positioning like a tank main, because it's basically a lot of, like, standing front and center, which is not the idea for Soldier, where we want to be standing as far away as possible. We use Biotic Field very frivolously. There's a lot of, like, using it at full HP, using it before a fight actually breaks out. We used it on the McCree when McCree didn't need it because he was out to safety, basically, and somebody else could have healed him. So there's a lot of frivolous Biotic Field. And then our ultimates were not generally very good either, not that we got that many opportunities to use our ultimate, but the ones we did use were not super effective. The idea basically being up on high ground, we see people out of position, and then we use it. I think the one that we used up on the balcony where we got killed by the Widowmaker was actually a fair enough use of Tac Visor, but it's 2 DPS that can one-shot you. So, they didn't even one-shot you, but, like, they can kill you very quickly. So it's basically hit or miss in that situation, but I think that I would have probably done the same thing, honestly, and, like, maybe it would have gone better, maybe it would have gone worse. Depends on the 2 snipers, doesn't it? But I think that one was fair enough, honestly. All the others, though, were a little bit questionable. So, those are the things that stood out to me the most in this game. So, thank you very much for watching if you did. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. More than happy to answer, and I hope you found the video helpful.